has been spotted taking a ball from a child at a Phillies game.
We were out in the home run seats trying to snag a ball for his birthday week, and as she reached for my arm, she just yelled in my ear, "That's my ball!" like super loud. I jumped out of my skin.
Living in the golden age of entitled people exposing themselves in public. Like, people forget that at every stadium, every arena, there are about 100 phones pointed right at them, just waiting for the perfect viral moment. We saw it with the US Open snatcher, where a millionaire CEO yanked a hat meant for a kid and got roasted worldwide. And now it's happened again, this time at a Phillies versus Marlins game. It's the fourth inning in Miami. Phillies outfielder Harrison Bader smashes a home run into the left field stands, and the scramble is on. One dad gets there first, scoops it clean, and immediately turns to hand it to his young son. Reports even say it was the boy's birthday, which makes the moment feel like it was meant to be. Suddenly, a woman comes storming over. She claims it was hers, shouting that she had it first, and instead of letting the kid have his birthday memory, she doubles down, demanding it back. The dad, clearly not wanting to turn a celebration into a screaming match, surrenders the ball. This is where the Karen behavior is impossible to ignore. Loud, entitled, and blind to the fact that every camera in the place is pointed right at her. She doesn't look like someone fighting for fairness. She looks like someone more interested in winning a power struggle than letting a kid enjoy a once-in-a-lifetime moment. But here's the question. Was that ball actually taken from her, or did the dad just make a smart call to de-escalate in front of his kid? The second this clip hit the internet, the argument started flying, and honestly, most people had it right. The dad grabbed a loose ball, gave it to his son. End of story. But a small group of defenders popped up, insisting she somehow had the right to it just because it bounced near her row. Let's be real, that's ridiculous. Having the ball near you isn't the same as actually catching it. You don't get credit for almost grabbing it. And if you watch the footage from every angle, there's zero evidence that it was ever in her hands.
No tugging, no yanking, nothing. The dad scooped it clean, and she swooped in afterward, rewriting the story in her head. The wildest part? People still tried to justify her behavior online, as if storming up to a dad on his kid's birthday and demanding a ball he'd already handed over was some bold, noble move. No, it was entitlement on full display. Now, baseball has its own unwritten rules. If a foul ball or home run comes near you and there's a kid in the mix, it's common sense. You let the kid have it. That's how stadium magic works. And in this case, the dad actually went the extra mile. He gave it to his son without hesitation before anyone else could even think about it. That's textbook good sports parent energy. So why did she feel so entitled? Maybe she thought being close was enough. Maybe she brushed it and convinced herself she deserved it. But even giving her that benefit of the doubt, once you see it in a child's hands, doubling down with screaming demands just makes you look worse. Cameras don't care about your perspective, they care about your actions. And her actions screamed entitlement. Be real for a second. If a ball landed near you, but a dad had already handed it to his kid, would you really try to rip that memory away? Or would you clap, let the kid have the win, and maybe hope for another shot later? This is where the whole thing mirrors the US Open snatcher fiasco I covered earlier. There, too, it wasn't about technicalities. It was about the attitude. A grown man, already wealthy and successful, swiping a keepsake from a child, only to be embarrassed by the backlash. Same energy here. Different sport, same result. Cameras rolling, entitlement on full display. And while the argument raged online, the stadium wasn't about to let the story end there. Because what happened next turned the whole night around. Here's where the story takes a turn. The Marlins, probably realizing this clip was about to define the whole night, stepped in to smooth things over. A staff member came over with a gift bag and the boy got another ball. It wasn't just about handing him something, it was the team saying, "Don't worry, we've got your back." But it didn't stop there. Phillies outfielder Harrison Bader, the guy who actually hit the home run, came out after the game to meet the boy and personally hand him a signed bat. Imagine being a kid, thinking you lost out on your birthday moment and then ending up meeting the player himself. That's the kind of memory you keep forever. Way more valuable than a scuffed-up ball from the stands. And it raises the real question, which is worth more: the ball itself or the moment where a major league player makes you feel like the star of the night? But of course, outside the ballpark, the internet had already picked its villain, and things got a lot uglier. Once the video spread, the ball wasn't the story anymore. The woman was. Clips flooded every feed, and people instantly branded her the villain of the night. That reaction made sense because her behavior in the stands was impossible to defend. She acted entitled, loud, and childish, in a moment where basic decency would have been the easier choice. But here's where things got messy. Rumors started flying about her identity. A New Jersey school district even had to release a statement saying, no, she doesn't work here, after people online falsely tied her to them. Another woman with a similar name had to publicly clarify on Facebook that she was being wrongly targeted. That's the sad part, when outrage spills onto innocent bystanders. To be clear, despite online sleuths speculating her identity, no confirmation exists. No confirmed name, no statements, nothing authenticated. So while her behavior earned criticism, the person behind the camera remains just as anonymous as when the clip first broke. Still, the original clip speaks for itself. Her behavior was immature and embarrassing, and that's why she became the focus. You can't act like that in front of thousands of fans and expect it to stay private. Cameras don't miss anything. So the reflection isn't whether she deserved criticism. She clearly did. The real point is this: entitlement always backfires. And acting like a Karen in public doesn't just ruin the moment for everyone else, it ruins your reputation too. At the end of the day, this was never just about one baseball. It's part of a bigger, uglier pattern we've seen before. At the US Open, a CEO snatched a signed hat from a kid and got dragged worldwide. Now, at a Phillies Marlins game, a woman tried to claim a home run ball straight out of a child's hands. Two totally different sports, same exact energy. Grown adults letting entitlement take over and forgetting that the crowd will always side with the kid. And here's the thing: stadiums are basically truth machines now. If you act entitled, you're not just embarrassing yourself in front of one section, you're exposing yourself to millions. That's a scoreboard you can't argue with. The rule couldn't be simpler. If there's a kid, you let the kid have the moment. No excuses, no "I brushed it first," no yelling about what seat it bounced near. Because once the world sees you fighting with a child over a souvenir, you've already lost. These viral moments prove a point that should be obvious by now. Entitlement doesn't just ruin the fun, it ruins your reputation. And the more public the stage, the faster it happens. So what's the real takeaway from all this? It's not just about a baseball. It's about how entitlement plays out in public and how fast the world reacts when it does. We've seen this movie before, from the millionaire at the US Open swiping a kid's signed hat to this Karen demanding a home run ball from a child. The pattern is the same. Grown adults acting like the rules don't apply to them and then acting shocked when the cameras tell a different story. The truth is, entitlement always loses. The dad wasn't perfect, but he understood one thing. Sometimes it's better to swallow your pride than let your kid watch a shouting match unfold. That one choice changed the whole story. Instead of a fight over a ball, his son walked away with a signed bat from Harrison Bader and a birthday memory that will stick for life. Meanwhile, the woman walked away with nothing but a baseball tainted by embarrassment and a reputation being roasted by millions online. That's the irony of entitlement. The more you cling to something that isn't really yours, the more you end up losing what matters most: respect, dignity, the chance to enjoy the moment. And in a world where every move is caught on video, those losses are permanent. So here's the lesson. Entitlement doesn't just ruin the moment for others. It ruins the moment for you. It takes something joyful and poisons it. And once the internet sees it, there's no going back. The smarter play, the one that actually lasts, is choosing decency.
Because one thing is certain, when entitlement meets the internet always wins.